Welcome back to an exciting video, and what we're talking about today are our top 5 rock singers of all time. Ah, damn it, cut off short.
It was so close. You want to try it again?
And we'll go with it. All right, so here we are, and I've been carrying this around with me for a while, and because I keep just a whole list of things to shoot videos on, things to do, and I was actually going to put up the Wolfgang video this week, but that takes a little time because I'm doing a comparison between 2 guitars back to back, so I'm still messing with that one, and so I'll have that one up next week. So this video is actually going to go up next week, and what this is my top 5 rock singers plus an honorable mention, because it seems like everything I do always end up with 6. No matter how I break it down, it's always 6. So while I was making my top 5 list, my wife decided that she was going to see it and disagree. And I said, well, if you're going to disagree, then guess what? You're going to be on the video. So after a lot of fighting and, punching each other.
No.
And just horrible name calling.
Oh, my gosh.
I literally drug her in here by the ponytails that she doesn't have because I had to rip them out to get her here and get her in the chair. So she just got off work. Actually, we both just got off work.
Yep.
Yeah, and got to get this done. So let's roll on this. So like I said, we did our top 5 plus an honorable mention. And this is not just 5 people I picked out of the air. I've been carrying this list around for months. How long have I had this list?
At least 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, because I start on these things and then I constantly process and process and process and put people in, put people out, put people in, put people out. And I got to tell you, this was a very hard list to do because there are so many incredibly talented singers out there. It was very hard to narrow them down. And what I based it off of is their raw ability to sing. And when I say sing, I'm not talking about people like James Hetfield, although he's amazing at what he does. He's not a singer, let's be honest. He's great on Metallica. He's a very one-trick pony kind of person. Now, granted, he's a better singer than Mick Jagger.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he sucks.
Well,
he sucks. Mick Jagger's a horrible singer.
He's an unusual human.
I put him in the same list of singing as David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who, a great front man, terrible singer.
Yeah. Great high kick.
Well, he used to. Now he just looks like an idiot when he does it.
Oh.
Yeah. Age catches all of us. Trust me. I know. It catches all of us. So I based it on their ability to sing, their vocal range, how identifiable their voice is, and could you put them in multiple settings? Because a great singer can also do great backing singing also. They're just a monster backing vocalist. And you can put them in a multitude of settings, and they would be able to do it brilliantly, to say the least. So I'm going to go through my list first, and then we'll get the wife involved in on this. So on my list of my honorable mention, I have Mr. Brad Delp from the band Boston. I think Brad is just an absolutely amazing singer, and his voice is absolutely crystal clear. And his voice it's beautiful. He's literally got a beautiful voice. It is almost a man crush on the voice. Unfortunately, he's dead.
Oh.
Yeah. It's hard to have a crush on a dead person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, he killed himself.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, sadly he killed himself. I think he was had a serious battle with depression. I could be wrong on that, and if I'm wrong, somebody tell me. I think he had a serious battle with depression, and he ended up killing himself, which is very sad because he was amazing. And the band Boston, I mean, in the 70s, they created arena rock. They were if you walked into your dentist office in the 70s, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, she's a hygienist. Chances are you're listening to Boston, and they were the epitome of the arena rock band, and they were just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I guess you did know, I think we talked about this, Tom Scholz, the guitar player, he wrote that entire album before Brad Delp even cut a single vocal. And he did the guitar work and all the keyboard work on that album.
Yeah.
On all the albums.
I I had no clue.
Yeah, he was a phenomenal musician. And actually, he's got a degree in engineering from MIT.
Hmm.
Yeah. So not only talented and smart, everything I hate about him. So I have Brad Delp at number 5 simply because he is an amazing singer. He has an iconic voice, and you simply cannot escape Boston's music.
He's the
I mean, I'm
honorable
sorry, he's
mention.
my honorable mention. I'm sorry, and you can't escape Boston's music. I mean, it's fantastic, and I hear it every single day. I hear Boston's music on the radio every single day. I hear a track from Boston. And their first 3 albums, of course, you have Boston, Don't Look Back, and then Third Stage. They were all just amazing albums. But of course, the original Boston album, by far, in my opinion, by far being their best outing. But there were some great songs on the other ones. So Brad Delp is my honorable mention. I'm having a hard time talking.
I noticed.
I'm running on about 3 hours of sleep. Literally, had a bad case of insomnia last night and could not get to sleep to save my life. So that's my honorable mention. Coming in at number 5, I got to look back because my wife insisted we put the board back here so you guys could see it.
Where else were we going to put it? Where?
Out front to where the people talking about it could see it.
But they were.
That just makes
You would
sense to
want
me.
to see it, not
But this
us.
takes all the anticipation out of it. Now they know who my number 5 is before I even tell them.
Yeah. But,
So literally, I could have made the video, held up the damn board, and said "rock and roll," and I'm out.
oh,
Rock on. So on my number 5, I got to turn around and look. I don't even know. Oh, that's yours.
yeah.
I got Freddie Mercury.
Let's not talk about that one.
I got Freddie Mercury as my number 5.
Still wrong.
No, absolutely correct. And I have reasoning behind why my logic is sound. Freddie Mercury is an iconic rock singer, and he is a fantastic singer. And again, he was the right singer for Queen. You cannot deny that.
No.
And he is vastly talented, because he was also their piano player in Queen, and the guy could sing, and he was a hell of a frontman. He checks off all the marks. The reason I got him at number 5, though, is because I think the other singers on my list, I'm not going to say can out-sing him.
Because they can't.
Well, they can. But I think they have better range up and down. And it's hard to explain this because Freddie Mercury was very powerful, but I have other singles on my list, other singers on my list. I told you I was tired, that I think are more powerful than Freddie Mercury.
All right, we're gonna agree to disagree because, as you can see, he's number 1 on mine. And
Well-
Darth, look,
Well,
Darth agrees. He's pointing.
Darth is high on the force right now, so he doesn't know what he's talking about. So I got Freddie Mercury in at number 5. I'm not knocking his talent, but like I said, I put a lot of thought into this, and I spent a lot of time thinking about this, and I have to put Freddie Mercury at number 5, and you're going to see why I put him at number 5. Because coming in on my number 4, I got to look. I got Mr. Tommy Shaw from Styx, literally the most underrated singer ever. This guy's vocal range is through the roof. It is fantastic. And I think I've mentioned this to you before. The reason he got the job in Styx is because he could sing the backing vocals on Babe. And if you listen to Babe, which most people don't really listen to the backing tracks of it, but if you listen to the backing vocals on Babe, there's one note that is just stratospheric, and that is Tommy Shaw. It is insane how good this guy can sing. And if you take like Damn Yankees, take the song High Enough, listen to the searing choruses on those things. That's all Tommy Shaw. And if you take Tommy Shaw out of Damn Yankees and it's just Jack Blades, the band doesn't work.
No.
You've got to have that vocal. And the reason I put Tommy Shaw in front of Freddie Mercury, because Tommy Shaw's voice, not only can he sing lead, because he sang lead on pretty much most of the iconic songs from Styx. You may not know that. Most people think Dennis DeYoung sang everything or the bulk of the music, and then actually he did not. Tommy Shaw sang half the tracks on that, but all those brilliant backing vocals were Tommy Shaw. And then you throw him in Damn Yankees, and he steps right in and just knocks it out of the park again. And I just watched him on Daryl's house. It was on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daryl Hall, and he had Tommy Shaw over there, and it was amazing because this guy is however old he is. I have no idea how old this guy is. 574. He's 574. And I can't remember the song they were doing, but Daryl Hall asked me, he's like, can you still hit those notes? And dude, he just rips it out of nowhere. And Daryl Hall's like, that is impressive. I can no longer do that because Daryl Hall is actually older than Tommy Shaw, so that makes him 678.
And happy birthday to both of them.
Yes, happy birthday to both of them, because their birthdays are on the same days, apparently. So we'll give them happy birthday to both of them. So, but the reason I picked Tommy Shaw over Freddie Mercury, and I'm probably going to get a lot of flack over this.
Yes, you are.
But like I said, I didn't base it on one or two things. I based it on multiple things. I based it on sheer talent. I think they're both equally talented when it comes to singing.
Yes.
Freddie Mercury was a better frontman because Tommy Shaw was also the guitarist and one of the two guitarists in Styx. So, because everybody in Styx played instruments. But his ability to blend, his ability to sing, his ability to harmonize, and don't get me wrong, I know they can do all that too. But if you listen to all the high notes, all the really high stuff in Queen, that wasn't Freddie Mercury.
Not the really high stuff.
Yeah,
no.
that wasn't Freddie Mercury. And I'm not basing it just on that. I think Tommy Shaw, I told you I was very tired, has a better range than Freddie Mercury does. And out of everybody on this list, if I could sing like any one person, it would be Tommy Shaw.
Wow.
Even though he's not my number one.
Well, I agree. He's amazing, but...
And shockingly underrated.
Yes.
Terribly underrated.
I agree.
Because when people think great singers, I guarantee you, they never think Tommy Shaw.
No.
And he is absolutely phenomenal. Man, this guy, he can just cut. This guy can absolutely cut. So moving on from Tommy Shaw, I got to look backwards again.
Oh.
Thanks, honey. So in my number 3 spot, I got little Annie Wilson from Heart. And when we were writing these down, I got to tell them this. When we were writing this down, I said, well, from number 4, I got to, we're going to go with Ann. And my wife says, what's her last name? Hart?
Oh.
And I said, no, honey, she's in the band Heart.
No, all right. But that is not, first of all, she wasn't even part of the list at all.
No, she was one that I kept, and that's what I told you. I kept reworking. I was completely forgetting about it.
Yes.
And I always felt like I was missing somebody that I was written down. Then it dawned on me, oh my God, it's Ann Wilson.
Yes.
Who is I don't care who it is. She is the female rock singer, period.
She is a powerhouse. That woman could sing anything.
Anything in any situation. And the thing I like about Heart, besides her incredible voice, her stunning tone and her shockingly high range that, granted as we get older, we lose that, but she's still wearing it out today. She's still cutting like hell. And, but if you go back to the 80s and 90s and the 2000s, and I guarantee you even today, if they talk to these, these little bopper Twitter girly girl guy, whatever they are, that are singing this stuff today. But I guarantee even today, because I know back in the day, back in the 90s and turn of the millennium, when they would ask him, why did you start singing? I guarantee you half of the people they asked said Ann Wilson.
Yeah.
Because without Ann Wilson, there would not be the female rock movement that we've had. I mean, these girls cut the path for everything balls to the wall rock and roll female. It was these girls that did it. Ann Wilson is an absolute beast. And she's my number 3 pick, and I will not vary from that. Ever.
I agree.
Ever. Going on to number 2, I've got, of course, Stevie Perry. I got Steve Perry. The reason I have Steve Perry, because to me, Journey became what Boston started. They became that arena band of the 80s.
Yes.
And going into the 90s. And let's just admit it. I mean, how many iconic songs have these guys belted out? And Steve Perry's voice is, I said it the other day in a video, and I said I would never say it again, but I got to do it. It is svelte. Which I need to use that word more often, because any word that starts with a SV, I mean, come on.
Not enough of them.
Yeah, it starts with 2 consonants that are just so odd. SV, sva, sva. I think that is fantastic.
You sound like out of Sesame Street, or
I'm gonna start going by Svace. From now on, my name is Svace. So, but I've got Steve Perry. Because again, his incredible range, his dynamic ability to be able to sing. This guy's voice is so dynamic, as is Freddie Mercury's. Before you get upset. But the thing I like about Steve Perry, besides the numerous iconic hits, as all these people have put out, and I'm not knocking any one of these, I had to put them in an order somehow.
You mean the incorrect order?
Yes, yours is the incorrect order. Yes. I put them in your order incorrectly. Yes. But besides that, this guy's voice is so smooth and velvet. He could have been back in the 60s. He could have jumped in with Frank Sinatra and those guys and been a crooner easily. He's literally got one of the smoothest voices I've ever heard in my life. I love his voice, and it is so undeniable. You can stick him in any situation, doesn't matter what it is. He starts singing, you're gonna be like, oh shit, that's Steve Perry.
Yeah.
And even though they got the new guy now, what's his name?
It's the Filipino guy.
Yeah, Arnell. Even though they have Arnell, who's doing a great job, there's still an obvious difference. He's not Steve Perry, of course. Right. And I love Arnell, don't get me wrong. The guy's very talented. But to me, without Steve Perry, it's just not Journey. It's just not the same.
Well, he has so much emotion. He can evoke a lot of emotion in his voice.
But he can. But the thing I like about it is, all the bulk of those hits were written by him and Jonathan Cain, the keyboard player, because those two guys were, you always find these people that are paired together in music, and they were destined to be there no matter what. Those guys were going to find each other no matter what and just make tons and tons and tons of great music. Take Van Halen, for instance. As crappy of a singer as David Lee Roth is, he was a hell of a front man, and he was the guy that Eddie Van Halen needed to propel his guitar goddom,
yes,
to the stratosphere.
Yes.
They were meant to be together. Now, luckily, they broke up and they picked up Sammy Hagar, who, by the way, is one of my all-time favorite rock singers, but he's not good enough to be on this list. But I love Sammy Hagar, man. He's a rock and roller all the way.
Yeah.
But Steve Perry, those two guys, and because you mentioned their emotion, it's his emotion and his vocal ability that churned out the music that they put out. And you can hear it in songs like Mother, Father, where he just absolutely wells. And because of his ability to well, the song is incredibly powerful. And not anybody can step up and pull that off.
No.
And, as much as I do love Freddie Mercury, he could not pull off a Mother, Father. He could not. I'm sorry. He could not pull off a Mother, Father because I don't think it suits his style, his ability to sing that way. And when it comes to the ballads, come on, man. Steve Perry is king. He is king when it comes to the ballads.
Yes.
I don't care who it is. Nobody can touch him. I thought you were going to say something. Now, before I get to my number one, I'm going to just mention real quick, one person that did not make the list is Mr. Chad Kroeger from Nickelback, which is my wife's favorite singer of all time.
Oh.
We equally hate Nickelback. Okay. And Chad Kroeger, he did make my top 10 worst singers in rock and roll. Yeah, he's terrible. The whole band's terrible. So, but more on that one later when I get to the other video. So my number one guy, my number one singer, I think this is without a doubt. And I think in like 1992, 93, 94, he was voted the best rock singer. This guy is an absolute monster. He has the voice. And it is just Jeff Tate, Queensryche. Undeniable. And you cannot argue the point on that one. This guy's vocal range is stellar. And when people think vocal range, they think this way. They don't think this way. He is a full-on tenor. I'm a baritone, and he can sing lower than I can. Listen to Silent Lucidity, the notes this guy's hitting on the bottom. It is shocking, his vocal range. And the power in this guy's voice. If you listen to songs like I Don't Believe in Love, it is just the power this guy belts out. It is just, I think it's simply unmatched. I think he has the best voice in rock metal music, period. It's crystal clear. His range goes on forever. He enunciates brilliantly the way that he sings, and the way he attacks the songs is just, it is mind-boggling to listen to this guy sing. Because actually, when I get to my favorite albums of all time, actually Empire by Queensryche is in my top 5. Because that album was fantastic. And it was very, and the thing that I really liked about it is, that's the album that really propelled them. Even though for some reason, most people think Operation Mindcrime was their best album. And I disagree. I by far think it's Empire. Because of songs like Silent Lucidity, when it first came out, everybody was like, hell, did Pink Floyd put out a new song?
Yeah.
But because the song, it's beautifully written. But if you listen to all the music on there, is there anybody listening? The music is fantastic. And then when you got the guitar player, Jeff Wilton, in there helping writing most of this music, which is a monster guitar player, it all worked. Those guys were meant to be together. They were meant to find each other. And Jeff Tate is my number one rock and roll singer of all time, and I will never. He's the man. He's the man. You know, now before we get on to her list, I got to. I don't know if God said, "Hey, I will give you one voice," it would be hard to pass on Jeff Tate. As much as I think Tommy Shaw's voice is stunning, it would be hard to pass on Jeff Tate. His range is just phenomenal.
I
He's the man.
agree.
He's the man.
Not on.
That's why he's number one.
No.
Yeah, that's why he's number one.
No.
Number one on your list and number one in your heart.
Oh yes.
All right, moving on. Now we're going to go to my wife's list, who disagreed with my list. She felt I was wrong on most of my picks. No, it's okay. It's okay.
We agreed on 3, 4, 5, and the honorable mention, except yes.
2, 4. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we did. So yeah, so that proves that my list is 100% correct because she took my list and just moved a couple of singers.
No.
All right, so here we go.
All right, so
On honorable mention, you got Brad Delp.
I do, and
Brad Delp.
yes, and who am I saying that should be up there that you would not let me put up there?
Who?
Pat Benatar.
No, Pat Benatar.
Yes.
No, she is an amazing singer, but I don't think she ever really. She had some great hits. Don't get me wrong, and you know I love little Patty Benatar.
Why do you have to say little in front of the two women that I'm mentioning?
Because they're so adorable.
Oh.
Just like you, so adorable. You're just so adorable.
Oh.
You know I love Pat Benatar. In every band I've had, we have always covered at least one of her songs.
That is because she is also
she
incredible.
She is amazing.
Yes.
But I don't think her voice, I don't think she has that identifiable voice.
Pat Benatar? Are you crazy?
Yeah, I think if you put her in with a bunch of other singers,
No.
I think it would be hard to pick her out of the crowd. I really do.
No.
I really do. And I love Pat Benatar.
To hear what they think about it, because I have a feeling they're going to disagree with. With me.
I don't think they are.
Oh, I do.
I don't think they are.
Pat Benatar is incredible.
I am
Anyway,
I am a rock and roller.
Yes.
I'm a full-on metal guy, as you know.
Yes.
And I think I'm right. All right. So we don't have Pat Benatar up there.
But she should be.
But you can right now. You can knock Brad Delp off the list and put Pat Benatar as your honorable mention. Actually, you can put her in any slot you want right now. This is your shot to rearrange this list right now.
Well, then I would put her up there. I would put her, if you got to have 2, if we're going with 7, she would be up
No.
there.
You got 6.
I got 6.
Let me get the marker.
Oh, wait, are you getting the marker for the board that you didn't want back there?
Well, yeah, I got no adding one in on your list right now.
Okay. Instead of Brad Delp.
Okay. But is it her you want as the honorable mention?
Yes.
Okay, Pat Benatar.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to put PB.
Can't even put the whole name. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, absolutely. Not that I don't think Brad Delp is not incredible, because he is.
But it's your opinion, and that's what matters here is your opinion.
Mm.
So for your honorable mention,
Pat Benatar.
she kicked Brad Delp's ass to the curb.
Oh, no,
Kicked him to the curb.
I'm
He's not even alive anymore.
I'm apologizing to his
And you kicked him to the
family
curb.
and friends that you're desecrating.
All right. So Brad, all right, you're out of here. So we got Pat Benatar at honorable mention.
Yes.
All right, Pat Benatar. So
Okay.
there. I'll give you that one because I do like Pat Benatar. She is a beast. She
Now,
is a beast.
We agreed with 5, 4, and 3. No, I'm sorry. We agreed with 4, 3, and 2.
Yeah.
1 and 5 are reversed.
Yeah. At 5, she's got the greatest rock singer in the world at 5 in Jeff Tate.
No, I'm sorry. I have the greatest singer in the world at 1.
On my list, yes, Jeff Tate.
Freddie Mercury, who can sing anything in
All right, well, let's
multiple genres. Opera. You're saying he can't?
I can sing opera.
Oh, not unless somebody.
A man needs to drink. See?
I'm sorry.
Opera.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if that's a correct song for opera, but My voice is so
Sorry.
screwed up right now anyway. I've literally, and then I'm not exaggerating, I had this weird case of insomnia last night. And I get up at 6:45 to go to work. And at 2 o'clock, I was on my iPad. I could not sleep at all last night.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
It hits me every few months. I go through this little insomnia phase. It's just stupid.
What's great is at 2 o'clock in the morning to have somebody angrily hurl the covers off directly at my head, and then in flip-flops stomp away angrily. And you can't stomp manly and angrily in
I was so mad. I get very angry when I can't go to sleep when I know I got to get up in the morning. And I was just, I was so tired. And all day at work, I've just been a zombie. I'm a zombie now. So I got a zombie toe.
So it was 10 pounds of cover and then flick, 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 flick. Stomp.
I had to go to the bathroom.
I know.
So I went very angrily. Very angrily. I was even staying in the toilet. Very angrily.
I'm so sorry. Really, I hope you edit this out.
They've been with me for 2 years. They know how I am. They've been with me for 2 years. All right, so we got Pat Benatar at the honorable mention. You got Mr. Jeff Tate, greatest singer in the world, at number 5.
An amazing singer, number 5. Yes.
And at number 4,
4,
you put Tommy Shaw.
And 2, we all agreed on 4, 3, 2.
Put
and
Tommy
number
Shaw.
1, the most amazing.
Because she agrees Tommy Shaw is an amazing singer.
Absolutely.
And how underrated is he?
Oh my gosh. Nobody realizes how talented he truly is.
Exactly. I mean, the guy's a beast. The guy's an absolute monster. And he never makes any list whatsoever.
No.
And, you know, if we started taking singers and bands and we started just writing down their hits, I guarantee you Styx would be at the top of that list. I guarantee it.
All right. So while we're doing this, all right, whether you agree with my list or his,
My list.
and I would love to hear other people's opinion about that. Because I kind of think you might be, mostly incorrect, but that's okay.
Man, we should have done this in a poll. Just start matching off singers in a poll.
Yes.
Should have done that.
Yes.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Maybe next time. Or maybe we'll do a poll later and see how correct or how wrong both of us actually were.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are going to be 3 bands that I think people are going to be mad are not in here.
Who?
Aerosmith.
Steven Tyler, he's such a one-trick pony. He sings one way all the
He
time.
does with multiple bandanas.
But because that's his power.
That's yes.
It's literally bandana power.
Yes.
Yeah, bandana power.
I agree.
But I don't think he's a great singer.
He's not. But people are gonna say,
I don't think so. On Aerosmith, I don't think so.
Aerosmith, Rolling Stones.
Oh my God, Mick Jagger can't sing his way out of a wet paper bag.
No, but he would be my dream dental patient. I can see every tooth in that man's head.
You could sit inside
Holy
his
moly.
mouth.
Oh, it would be great. I don't even have to work.
You're this tall. His mouth is this big. You could literally just hop in there and and just go to work on that dude.
And then the Eagles.
See, but there again, I don't think they're great singers. I think they were a great band,
Yes.
but they're not great singers. They did have some good careers afterwards.
Yeah.
But dude, Don Henley can't hold a stick to one person on this list. Can't hold a stick. And if I got to, I will make a video and I will just play Don Henley tracks against everybody on here
I
to
agree.
prove how right I am.
I'm just saying. People are gonna say, "Why didn't you put them in?"
But amazingly, I really do like Don Henley's voice.
Or Kiss.
Yeah.
Sorry, forgot about Kiss. They're gonna say, "Why is he?"
See, but I don't think so. I think people are going to say shit like Adele. But then we're talking rock singers now.
Yeah,
We're talking rock singers.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, we'll probably get a Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so moving on, we got so we're at number 3, right?
Well, we agree.
Yeah, with number 3, Ann Wilson, we both agree on that.
Yes.
And you know, she's a beast, she's a monster, and she cut the path for female rockers. I don't care what anybody says. Ann Wilson cut the damn path. The Wilson sisters, phenomenal. Love them, love them, love them.
Yes.
They are brilliant, brilliant musicians. At number 2, we both agree on Little Stevie Perry.
Oh, yeah. Aw. That was sweet.
We both agree.
You did that just for me.
I did that just for you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
The hair flicker.
Yeah.
Steve Perry.
Dude, guys, what an iconic voice.
Yes.
What an iconic voice.
Even now, I saw him on something not long ago, And it was sad because apparently his girlfriend that passed told him, "I want you to continue singing.
Oh
You
yeah,
have to start
yeah.
singing again." And so he started singing some music, and there he was. It is incredible all over again. He sounded amazing.
I haven't heard it, but one of my things by him was the song "Oh Sherry," because that
Oh,
intro,
yeah.
he just, you hear nothing, and you should have been gone, knowing how I made you feel, and I should have been gone.
See, I get to have this all the
After
time.
all, you were a steal. I love that intro.
Yeah.
I think that is just, it just, I mean, just bam, and it's there. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Love Steve Perry.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
now, when Journey when they toured several years ago, the tickets here where we live at the arena were $1,200 for a floor seat
Wow.
with the other dude. There's no way in hell,
No.
no way in hell. But I got to be honest, if they got back together with Steve Perry, we'd probably kick out the $2,400. we'd probably have to throw the money out to see that one, because I've never seen Journey live. One of my many regrets.
I haven't either.
Yeah, one of my many regrets is never seeing Journey live. So moving on. Okay, now we're down to her number one. Her number one. Her number one. Her number one. My voice is just,
You're choking on Freddie Mercury, aren't
my
you?
voice is dead. I mean, it's absolutely worn out.
Yeah.
I'm sure my Steve Perry impersonation was absolutely horrible.
No.
But yeah, it is what it is. I got a tired voice. But of course, her number one is Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Okay, now because he's your number one and he's mine number 5, why is he your number one? And I'm gonna sit back and enjoy the show.
Because he's incredible. Let's start there with the man's range is awesome. He can sing anything. Again, he sang opera. Any one of his songs could be a play all by itself. All the emotion that he evokes in there is incredible.
And I agree with that. I do agree with that. He is good, because
Did you see his moment of quietness lasted at least 5 seconds.
that's about all I can do.
That's it.
That's about all I can do.
I was proud of the 5 seconds.
And even though I was not there, I have watched that video 1,000 times, and where they did the was it the AIDS benefit concert
You mean Wembley Stadium?
or Live Aid or something like that? It was a Live Aid where Queen came out, and he just
It was
commanded.
It was live at
Was it-
Wembley. Yes.
Yes, and he commanded the audience.
Yeah. At Wembley, wasn't it? Wembley?
I don't know. It was so long ago, and obviously, if it was in Wembley, we weren't there.
No. But it was either for AIDS or for Africa or
I can't remember. It's
I
been
feel
so long ago.
bad. I'm sorry. I have the movie. I've seen it yeah, I feel
But
bad. I'm ashamed and I apologize.
I've watched the live video of that numerous times, and
Yes.
I've never seen a singer take control of that many people in my life.
Oh,
That is
gosh.
absolutely phenomenal to watch.
Yes.
And like I said, I'm not knocking Freddie's talent, his ability. I mean, I think he is one of the best frontmen in the world,
Yeah.
bar none.
Yes.
I think his vocal ability is astounding. His writing ability is astounding.
Because all of their songs sound so different. That's what I love, because so many bands that hit this channel and it's hard to get out of it.
Well, that's true. That's true. And you take Van Halen, for instance, all their stuff at the beginning did sound very similar until they got Sammy Hagar. And then, of course, the music just got worlds better at that point.
Yeah.
Because, you got another pure talent in there with Sammy Hagar, a singer, guitar player, somebody who understands music like Eddie Van Halen. And, and that freed up Eddie to do a lot of keyboard stuff. And they did, man. 5150, again, in my top 5 greatest rock albums ever, is 5150. And like I said, I'm not denying Freddie Mercury. I think he is amazing. I think on sheer vocal ability, take out the fame, take out everything else, I think the singers that I chose, I'm not going to say they're not better. One thing about music you have to understand is music is incredibly subjective. Just because I think one guy's better than the other, 99% of the people in the world are probably going to think the opposite, because it is shockingly objective. Because most people relate this with a feeling, something they grew up with. They hear that particular song, and that just happens to be their greatest band, their favorite singer, whatever it is.
Well, and I think that's where you and I differ. You're very technical. He bases so much on technicality, and I'm more emotional.
Oh, I agree with that.
And so, yeah, I go with who makes me,
And I understand that. Who moves you?
yes.
Who moves you? And I get that. And Freddie Mercury is very powerful. I'm still going to stay with my pick at number one at Jeff Tate. And here's the thing. Here's the caveat about this. Besides Jeff Tate, I honestly could have put any of these singers in any other order.
I agree.
I had to put them in a order.
I don't know. I still think Steve Perry would be my number 2 no matter what.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah, because he's Steve Perry. I mean, there's nothing left to be said. And like I said, you can put him in 1,000 different singers down a line, and when it gets to Steve Perry, oh shit, that's Steve Perry.
That's right.
You'll know it every single time. I mean, his voice is just iconic. But I could have put 2 through 5. I really could have, well, 3 through 5. I probably could have put them in any other order. Even including Steve Perry. I probably could have stuck it, but I had to come up with an order, and I came up with, after a lot of thinking, that's the order I came up with.
Yeah.
On a multitude of things, on not just their ability to sing or just their ability to be a frontman.
Yes.
Because let's be honest, Freddie Mercury is one of the greatest frontmen in the world. Period.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I do think, the list is pretty accurate. Although, we only differ on where
Only a couple.
1 and 5 go. That's it.
Yeah, we only differ on a couple.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap it up right there because we're going to go get some dinner.
Oh, wait. First, the channel. You're going to remind people.
So before we leave, please subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to support this channel, you can catch the link over to the Patreon page. And, and my Instagram, which is not really a whole lot happening on it. And since we're sitting here, and I'm just going to tell you, I love my wife dearly, more than anything in this world, but it's her fault. And
oh my gosh. What? How is it?
I keep giving her pictures to put up and she doesn't do it.
Wow.
Okay, I'm lying. I'm lying.
I was about to say, you better be glad it's not storming out.
I'm lying.
Lightning would
I need to get the we got to get the Instagram. I got lots of pictures to put up. I got to get the Instagram going. But the link will be down in the description of everything. If you want to support the channel, you can go over to the Patreon page and you can support it there. And please subscribe to the channel and stay.
Oh, one more thing. I have been after him to try maybe a live broadcast.
Of what?
Of you doing
a live stream?
Yes.
We will. We'll get.
I'm just saying.
No, I told you. I said once we break 1,000 subscribers, then I will start looking at doing live streams.
Which you have, and I just thought it'd be nice to interact and answer questions while we're doing.
No, we're going to.
You're doing this.
We're going to, because I'm actually going to do one on working on guitar repair. I'm going to do a live stream on guitar repair, so they can get on there, ask their questions, and I can answer them live.
That is a riveting subject.
I get it. Well, I get a tremendous amount of questions about how do I fix this? How do I fix that? A tremendous amount of questions. And so I will be doing some live streaming stuff. It will be coming up. And like I said, the first one I'm going to do is probably going to do it over guitar repair stuff. And yeah, it's not too riveting, granted. But I do get a tremendous amount of questions about that. Because I did ask somebody did ask me, why don't I do more lessons? How do you play Inner Sandman, stuff like that? And the reason I don't do that is because there's 10 billion videos of somebody doing that already. And I don't see a reason to add into, and when I start doing stuff like that, it's never going to be songs like Inner Sandman and stuff like that. It's going to be more like Dire Straits' Your Latest Trick. Things that people don't think about playing guitar on because the song is very horn based. Mm-hmm. But, if you want to play guitar and if you want to learn phrasing, you play horn lines. That's how you learn phrasing.
Or look back at one of his old videos that I honestly just saw for the first time last night.
Yeah, last night.
Since neither of us sleep and we both have insomnia.
Yeah, no kidding.
It was Rise by Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Look for that video on. Of course I'm impressed. I love you and you're amazingly talented. But that was incredible. That was incredible.
I forgot I actually had that up there until we were looking at that.
That was so good.
I forgot I even did that.
It was so
Katy Perry song.
Incredible. Yeah.
I can't stand her music. That's why I did a metal version of it. I had to make it better.
You got to look it up. I was shocked. It was really good. Not that I don't know that you're incredible.
Well, thank you.
That was impressive.
Thank you.
That was impressive.
Thank you. I'm impressive in other ways, baby.
Yes.
On that note, we're going to wrap it up right there. It is time to go get some dinner. So, like I said, please subscribe to the channel. If you want to support this channel, you can go to the Patreon page, and I'm going to put the link to my Instagram down because I got a ton of stuff. We just got to get it up, and I'm going to invoke the wife to help me on that.
All right.
And so, yeah, we're going to call it right there. And like the great Sammy Hagar says, if you miss the beat, you lose the rhythm and nothing falls into place. And that works for every aspect in your life because, honey, what happens if you miss the beat?
And you lose a rhythm.
And then nothing falls into place.
Nothing.
And there you go. There you heard it.
Then you're just angry flip-flops.
Then you're just angry flip-flops. That's going to be the self-title of my first album, Angry Flip-Flops. Or I can start a new channel because, I have the podcast.
That's
So I
right.
can start a new channel, Angry Flip-Flops. And people would sign up just because of the damn name. I got to sign up to something called Angry Flip-Flops. And I just need to go in there and just rant and just be angry all the time.
I could do one cooking with angry flip-flops.
Cooking with Angry Flip-Flops. Cooking with Angry Flip. I like that. Angry Flip-Flops. So on that note, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Whatever instrument you play to the best of your ability. And don't forget, practice, practice, practice. And I'm going to say this again, even though I've said it in the last few videos. You can buy all the $49, $59, $69 Learn How to Play Guitar today. You can buy them all. And guess what? They're not going to do you a damn bit of good. Learn the theory, practice, woodshed that out. That's the only way you're going to become the guitar god you want to be, is by doing the work. So on that note, we are out of here. And until the next video, you got to do it, babe.
Which one?
You got to do it. No,
Oh.
got to do it. Got the miss a sin on the rock on. So until the next video, rock on.